Hello and good dang morning. So, a couple quick things. I went and I did most of the fortresses at this point. General gist of what had happened there. Lausanne, pretty easy. Showed that one on camera. Second one was over here, so Gald, that was pretty easy as well. Generally speaking, just because of their bosses and things like that. But then Gecko. Gecko is the Earth one, and then Bode for the Fire one. Those were pretty surprisingly difficult in this version. Mostly because it seems like, I believe he did make the zombies faster, so they're a little bit of a harder thing to deal with in the Earth one, but just generally the bosses were a bit tankier, and then yeah, they were just plain tougher in the Fire Fortress. So basically that leaves Quadriga, I believe is lightning, and then Nadamsa, which is whatever the hell is left. I think is it wind? It might be wind. I think it's wind. Also, random lag for no reason. Who knows? So, as far as craftables went, I picked up some new stuff since last time. I picked up the two-hander book from Farampa. I picked up I think I already had... Yeah, I did have this because of the Orochi. Speaking of, I keep wondering if there's any option for having a name switch to, like, have the Orochi be the poleaxe, because this is, like, a straight-up poleaxe. But, I mean, like, a one-handed version of it, which, to be fair, earlier ones were pretty much one-handed. I mean, they were just used in different ways. I mean, arguably, could just do the other spelling of poleaxe, P-O-L-L-A-X-E. Whatever, doesn't particularly matter. So, moving on to other things here. Yeah, picked up the bow thing, so got fancy bow actions out of that. Actually forgot to make this bow. That was also from Farampa, but as far as stuff from the fortresses, let's see here. No, already had that. Dagger and Sheridian. Which, by the way, this is the best name for a knife ever. Friggin' Tinkle Death. I don't know what the deal is with that, but yeah, Tinkle Death. So, yeah, that one was from the Earth one, I think? Yeah, because there was a zombie rogue that had it, but not the one that was on the ground. It had to be the one that was standing. There was a something or other. There were some other ones here. I don't know. Cudgel was from one of them. So can make all these nice fancy things. So, I mean, pretty easy to make. Whip stuff already had. Bow I picked up. Already had the Fusel thing that you get at the Fire one. Armor Craft and the Shield and Sheridian, which there was also Shield Craft, but I did not actually get that one from the Lightning, or not the Lightning, but the Fire Fortress, because for whatever reason, for the Fire Fortress, they decided that it needed to have two different sets of loot drops, and then once you got to the very end, you apparently had pretty much the option of getting one crafting book or the other. You have to go through it a bunch of times, so that is like the third time I've been through that fortress now, and there's still one thing I haven't gotten. But to be fair, I think I have all the shields I need, so I'm just going to leave that for another thing, another day. But this is the important one. Codex of Jewelry 3, that's the alternative to that. And yeah, got this this void ring thing here. So first off, I wanted to go and make one of these, so let's see. I believe 2 wind ones would be in order, because I have 2 people spec'd out for wind. I don't believe I have a whole lot of people spec'd out for much else. But yeah, this void ring, I actually haven't checked if it was in the original or not. Actually something I theoretically could do right now, but just in case it was, it kind of cracks me up because it looks like one for one in both, generally speaking, what it does and its look. Looks just like this thing called the Disc of Returning from RuneScape. This is basically this disc that when somebody got banned in like the old version of that, they got this thing that looked pretty much exactly like this. That you basically could go to this place, this like alternate dimension where they were banned, But yeah, handy tear in the fabric of space you can use to store odds and ends. So it reduces your recovery time, or your weight, by 10. So, like, his... Pairing these two, he's got 13 less than this guy. Despite basically having the same gear. And then I gave the other one that I made to Ozelston here, so that his recovery time is all the way down to flippin' 76. So he is hands down the fastest member of the party despite dual wielding. So, not even dual wielding so much as using a pistol, well, kind of an officer's combo. He's got his saber and pistol. But one thing that I was specifically instructed to do is, well, I guess one thing I should do anyway. So, I was told, well, fine, you know what, I gave you a store, but you can't friggin... Dang it, pumpkin. Whatever, sell one of these things. I'm never gonna use 6 daggers. Alright, so, Nomius has been alright. He's a pretty good wall, but I do have another card to turn somebody else into a much better golem. And yeah, I'll do that at some point, but I was specifically told to trade off a golem, and I don't feel like hiring another one right now. Specifically a Baldur golem. Nope. Bye. Let's see what we get. Okay, so we did that. Now, what did we... Yes! Yes! Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay. Good friggin' deal right there. Okay. You know what? Yes. Yes. That's all I've got to say on that one. You know what? Nomius, you just did your job. You've been kept around this whole time just for that. Yeah, so you can actually, you can steal the Cleese marks. Wow. Good job, idiot. Class marks. From Baldur Golems pretty regularly, down at the POTD. So, I mean, you should be able to just buy... Wait a minute. Actually, can I just buy more of his class marks now? Maybe not. Okay, I don't think I can buy more of his, but that just applies to the dragons for some reason. Oh well. Doesn't matter. We got what we needed. Well, hi over there in the background. And the little one's crawling around being all happy. Oh my god, I got this stuffed owl. I'ma punch it. But no, where is it? Secrets at the Master. So we can make a chainsaw sword, which I might do down the line. Actually, out of curiosity, I'm gonna make this thing, and then I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna go make the Heaven Fork. But I just want to take a look at this thing's stats. Yeah, you need 42 to use it anyway. Alright, so I can use Shock Lance 3. And it specializes in killing fairies? But why, though? Why you need to kill fairies? Alright, cool. So this is the most oddly specific weapon I've ever seen. I mean, really, you probably just get it for the lightning affiliation. You're all spec'd out for lightning and crap like that. But, yeah, no thanks. Oh, I need 2 of them. Well, that's fine. I'll just go get another golem at some point and make a second one. Speaking of, friggin' crafting and stuff. I was doing a thing with making chokers. Alright, what do we need for chokers here? I think what we're gonna do for this episode is, yeah, just look over this crafting stuff, and then go pick up a golem, and then just and call it there, because I still have to finish clearing out the fortresses for those books, then go back to POTD, which, I mean, I'll show bits as they go in between and all that sort of such thing. But alright, so 3 air crystals then, and a platinum. Fast forward button is the best friend ever. Alright. Right. I have to say, it has gotten expensive with these pricey ores. Thankfully, everyone's dropping Baldur armor all over the place, so... like, all this Baldur crap is basically funding my military. Yeah, imagine that, that budget meeting. Like, so what is our budget plan for the next, like, quarter here? Oh, well, have a bunch of guys take their armor, pawn it off. I'm not sure this is how we should be running a country, sir. But it's okay. No one's gonna question it. Actually, I need 6 of these then, don't I? Get 2 of these orbs. And this is so much more intuitive than it was before. Like I said, I've been going back and forth between the 2 versions, just kind of comparing how different stuff feels and whatever. And oh my god, it's so much more intuitive with this. Not like, oh my god, what was that thing? What was that thing? I gotta go check like 4 other things, and then you finally get your stuff that you wanted. Okay. And then, you know, doesn't end up doing anything. Okay, so she is all spec'd for wind here. She's one of them. Also, I should mention that I made a bunch of these things, which so far have been less than astounding. Like, she's getting basically 7 more damage off of this thing and sacrificing a buttload of stats. So let's see what chokers do here. So they upgrade augments, they give extras on your resistances and whatever. From what I understand, looking at previous stuff, they just kind of do a hard 10% extra damage, more or less. So we'll see what that does. Probably should be making a dark one for Kashua. Yeah, I'll go make a dark one for Kashua too. And have Canopus give up his... ooh, hello. You are some damage. You are quite a lot of damage. What in the what is this now? Whoa. So why did Canopus suddenly turn amazing? Wait, 566. What was your thing before? Oh, never mind. No, she got a crap ton of damage. Okay, cool. So Choker's definitely worth it. I'm gonna think of it. Earth, right? Except that doesn't do a whole lot of Earth scaling. So, maybe very clear that I don't entirely know how a lot of this scaling stuff works, but out of curiosity, let me go make a dark one and an earth one. Just figure out this science. Oh. Dang, just a moment here. Bring cat. Okay. Cat situation has been sorted, but I no longer have a controller. Where'd that go? Ah, what a professional production. Bam, got a controller. Problem solved. Wait, didn't mean to make that. Alright, so dark and earth, right? Now, one more thing I know, apparently the numbers for damage and all that may not necessarily reflect what they actually do a lot of the time, who knows, something like that. I believe a lot of that stuff has been more or less corrected with the mod, but who knows. There's so many mysteries. Oh, I'm missing gold, aren't I? Fine, I'll go get you shiny metal. But yeah, this purified stuff, I think it was like 1,200 a piece or whatever. Expensive. Like I said, basically the entire budget's been going into craftables now. It's good. That sounds about right. Alright, now. So, spearman earring with this cursed weapon thing. Does that. Does that mean you can reasonably pierce armor now? Ooh, I'm really amazed. I have not run it. Wait a minute. Double Balburgans and, ooh, there's damage here. There's damage here. Alright, time to go make some more stuff like a frickin' spaz. Lightning. Lightning. Lightning in the rain. Approximately no one knows what the hell I'm singing about. Alright, there we go. Ooh, double platinums. Must have been a good album. Right now, axes. Where do axes? I just need a Baboa for that. Alright. Done deal, and then we can just go into that fight with attempting to pick up a Golem. Test out some of this crazy damage. So I probably should have picked up a Finial before going straight up to the Orochis, but oh well. Okay. Wait a second. Ooh. Ooh, okay. I mean... yeah, that's almost 100 extra damage. Screw it. I don't even care about the hollow point potential on that. You're fine, you're fine, you're fine. Who did I get? Ashwa, right. Right. See what this does, and do I have anything dark aligned for you to wear? Probably not. Gotta get all super emo with this. Oh, actually no. What is your dagger? Lightning, for some reason. Whatever. So the Benesson Way is where I'm gonna be trying to pick up this thing. Okay. So what are we putting in here? We're gonna have to test out some folks that got some new stuff. So Voltaire's all fast now, you're all fast now. You two should hit like trucks. Do we want Canopus in here for this one? Well, for one thing, I'm gonna need some hiring folks. Where's Denim? You're over here now. Alright, temporarily switch that over to control. I think it was, what's his face? You. Yeah, that's solid control golem. So we'll have Chemos, and we'll have her. Where are the thingies? Here. For this one, I'm actually going to leave Canopus out because he's going to basically cause the levels to scale up. Or... what if I change him to something else? Like, what if we make you a rogue of some description? Actually, can warriors still use... I think he'd still be able to use his stuff as a tamer. You know what, no. We'll leave him as is. Hopefully we won't get too screwed over by the level scaling. And kind of see how this goes. Main thing that I'm worried about for the level scaling is Denim's Spear, because the thing has a hard time piercing through defense. If it's... Alright, first things first, yeah. But yeah, if he can't pierce through defense, then it's a little bit of a problem, because then he does no damage. But otherwise, he does a crap ton. And do I have anyone else still set on AI? Do not. Alright, so we have some golems there. I just have to... yeah, I just have to catch one of them. That's the main goal here, not even to win the fight. Also, you may notice here, I haven't actually spec'd out my mages and stuff like that in appropriate gear. I should probably do that. Okie doke. Delete. Oh man. That's before instills. You could have done like friggin' 400 on that. Jeez. Alright, let's see. I really want to see how Denim and Sistina do. It's actually funny, like, even though it seems like the general opinion is if there's any, like, coupling up subplot going on, it's, or with the main character involved, it would be with Olivia there. It seems like in this run I have these two constantly fighting next to each other just because they, well, seem to work together really well. Alright. So, 117, that kind of seems about where it was before, but... feels like she's getting a little bit of extra damage out of it. And we'll have Thug Wizard go over here. In the kind of background here, I've had him picking up a crap ton of cards. Oof. Yeah, this is why she's usually fighting at the very front. But normally the way I have these two fighting out front here, I have Sistina run up and then have Denim just like kind of clean up around her. Seems to work really well. Oh, yeah, one thing that I'm still not fully understanding, and I didn't really understand this in the original either, is the purpose of the mage and healer pants. Like, it's a whole thing to actually make... Oh, Jesus. He's doing 70s on counters with that knife? Yeah, as if he wasn't friggin... Wow. As if he wasn't a god of destruction before. Friggin' sexual Tyrannosaurus that is Canopus. But yeah, what was I saying? I completely lost track of what I was saying. This is new. Okay, let's see how this... Okay, still nothing on there, nothing on there. Yeah, it doesn't feel like the weapon scales when it just does that much extra damage, so it's not worth it on... It said it was worth it on him, so... Oh. We apparently have gotten even more extreme on our, scaling or lack thereof. Or actually just entirely scaling and no weapon pierce damage type situation. Wait, did I equip you? Yeah. You were just a walking sawmill. We'll see how that works out. Probably should have had him go fight those guys. His parry skill is pretty high now. Generally speaking, he's been doing a pretty good job with his double axes. But he's got 1,002 offense now. That's not ridiculous or anything. I mean, we're not even close to max level either. Alright, game's happening. By the way, his old pistol and sword thing, seemingly because of just general scaling and some such sort of thing, yeah, he's been a lot better on using his pistol and gun together in terms of, like, running up, using the pistol, and then doing all his counters with a sword. It's been very effective. So, you know, that definitely feels better than the original approach of, well, he can use a pistol for a couple levels, and, well, then nothing after that. And then unless you went down and picked up the Petronel, well, you're SOL. Too bad. Give him a sword. What are you doing? You'd give him double swords, and then he'd just be another double sword evasion tank thing. Was a little bit more than underwhelmed by him in the original. Like, so much so that I even abandoned his unique class pretty early on into the gun run. But, oh well. What can you do? Kinda doesn't feel like she's doing that much more. I need to see if I can get her an instill air or something. I need to test out the effects of these instills. Because I don't know if the instill itself gets extra damage, or if there's just extra base damage and that sort of thing. And this feels like a perfect opportunity for a Hellhound, though I can't. So how about... where is it? I'm gonna putrefy. Up from over here. Oh, and yeah. Unfortunately, the poo stank run is not gonna happen. Apparently there's no custom golem class coming. But apparently Oceana's getting a unique class, so that's pretty friggin' sweet. As I understand, it sounds like it's gonna work pretty close to Reyes from FFT, or something like that. Never used her much in FFT, but something similar to that, as I understand it. Alright, I think with some adjustments this could be really good. Namely, with double... okay, so I have him with double impact and a spear that does double damage. Why are we stuck? What is going on with this getting stuck all the time thing? This should not be happening. Sorry, this is just a weird technical issue. Can I have my computer back now, please? Thank you. Alright. Yeah, for some reason I've just been doing that kind of crap lately. Bit of a bummer. Oh well. Hopefully I'll be able to figure out the cause of that over the course of the next day or so. Alright, let's try out your chainsaw combo. Oh, don't even start with the double lag thing. Alright, that's pretty alright. I was honestly expecting a bit more out of that, especially how it showed their attack flying straight through the roof. I don't feel like it's actually done that. Alright. You can do a lament and scare this guy. Okay, that didn't work out. Then I guess use your thingy. I was hoping to just scare him and then finish him off with a regular hit. Didn't quite happen. Oh well. Start getting some of these golems down and see if any of them want to be recruited. I'm not going to bother checking their loyalties or whatever, just because I'm pretty much going to be dealing with all of them. Oof. Holy crap, buddy. Alright, what can you run up and delete? Yeah, you're getting a turn. Holy Jesus. So, if I'm counting that right, he had a potential of like 850 damage or something? Or no, wait, hang on. It was 250 base, plus 60 from each potential shot. Or wait, I'm thinking he's double shooting. I'm an idiot, sorry. Hang on, so about 500 from just the base thing and another 120. So 620 from a bow shot. A short bow, for that matter. Dang. Some things just go a little bit crazy, what can I say? Also, it would be kind of nice to know, I think it's like 50% base magic damage as far as the nature ability that the shamans get. I haven't been entirely able to figure out how it is that their weapon damage, or their nature ability works. We'll see anyway. Let's just fast forward a little bit here. This is one of the pieces that has at least a little bit less kind of that annoying choppy type situation. Hopefully it's not terribly annoying. Normally that's why I don't end up fast forwarding through more stuff. Alright, Cashwa's just gonna go delete those 4 guys by herself. Have these 2 mages run up. Hopefully snag themselves a bit of a friend. Wait a second, are you a star? No. No, you know what? I want him to get that vitality upgrade. And I'm still kind of puzzling together how exactly I'm going to make that Iron Man run before the hardcore mode is out work. Because sometimes you have to go to the same tile as one of those cards. Anyway, we'll see, we'll see. I'm gonna give it a bit of a test run, and then if it winds up being super annoying, I'll just wait till the actual thing's out. No, we'll see. I'm gonna say we'll see a lot. We'll see how that goes. Alright, let's see if this is the one that you do crap tons damage on. No, it isn't. Alright, where's that one? That's the Patriarch. Alright, yeah, I'm not seeing it being too useful for him. But I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to give him Longinus down the line, pick up that Holy Choker thingy. See how that does. Mostly I've been, like, low-key going around and testing all these different cursed weapons to see if there's any kind of amazing nonsense that can be pulled out of them. I think it's mostly because I've been training Olivia as a gunner. Although that shouldn't really matter in this version anymore, but she's been a little bit less than amazing. Alright, what else has been new since last time? There actually has been a pretty decent amount of stuff. Oh yeah, so, that Fire Fortress. Now, I think that's probably going to end up, whenever that guaranteed drop situation occurs, kind of feels like that particular boss is going to turn into a complete loot pinata. So, basically what it is, it's got a ton of potential drops as far as how that all goes. I mean, your first time around, presumably under 33, because it's one of the few that's got bizarre level requirements to it. So, below level 33, there's regular Apocrypha stuff. There's... hang on, what am I doing here? Yeah, regular Apocrypha stuff, and then 2 of the skill books, which I think were like... I think it was like Fist and Cudgel or something. And then second time around, no, it was Armorcraft, that was the other one. And then second time around, when you're 33 plus, you've got the second tier, which, okay, I can understand about the second tier appearing, but then what they added into that is, you know what, I'll just do Word of Pain. What they added into it is two other crafting books, and yeah, that's the ones that Jewelry 3 and Shieldcraft, which, as far as I could tell from the drops that I was getting there, the Apocryphal 1 and 2 were guaranteed, but it was just one of the books that would drop. So potentially you could end up going through that thing a few times. It's kind of a bummer, but oh well. So, you know, like I said, potentially speaking, unless the level requirements end up staying there, once the guaranteed drop version happens, then that guy would drop basically 2 spell books and 4 crafting books, which I'm fine with. Less effort. I don't know how that would end up carrying on to the different formations that can spawn in. I mean, it kind of feels fair that sometimes they just didn't show up. That feels a lot more fair than the version that's there now, anyway. Oh, and also I should mention, Last Resort, since it seems to just double base strength, has gotten much more useful over time. So its effects are pretty noticeable at this point. Bradford's actually been, like I said, doing the whole double weapon thing with some pretty reasonable competence now. Right, you can't do a 2 jump, can you? No. Alright, go around then. Alright, I think Satiros here is going to be the first one. I kind of wonder if anyone's played Golden Sun, I wonder if Satiros is an actual name, and if Satiros was just like a mistranslated version of that. It's one way or another, it's a full name. Actually a little bit funny because, okay, speaking of names, so that Orochi thing earlier, I understand why that name ended up getting used for how it ended up getting used. Since the whole idea behind that thing is supposed to be like a multi-parted circuit. I think it's like 8 parts of a different snake thing. Like 8 heads and 8 tails or something like that. That was about right. Like some kind of Asian super hydra. But, actually, I think it's pretty much exactly the Hydra that shows up in Dark Souls. But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was poleaxe. It's a dang poleaxe. I'm not griping, I'm just saying. That sounds like griping. In its gripiest form, isn't it? Oh well. Oh well. Spot this guy up here. Oh, and there goes my phone. Nice knowing you, phone. I should probably be healing some people with Donalto. That's fine, he's an old man, he forgot. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. Oh, and yeah, if you want any particular stuff tested before I get to the Coda stuff, let me know. So, you know, whoever it may apply to, just let me know if you want to see any stuff tested before then, because it kind of becomes a little bit of a clustercluck at that point. So, oh yeah, that's one point I forgot to mention earlier. So, friggin' preparing for, like, post-game and whatever. But the only way to actually complete the DLC content, and man, I would have been super pissed if I was, actually had paid for the DLC and ran into this little, obstacle. But, in order to actually complete it, you apparently need all the four Wind God thingies. You need, like, all kinds of other, stuff set up. You need a bunch of specific characters, which I already have. They don't necessarily have to be alive, which I guess was nice. I mean, it was nice of them to do that. One of the few little, bizarre mercies they chucked in there, I suppose. But yeah, I think it was you need the main three, you need all of the White Knights, you need Vice, oh well, he's one of the main three, and then Yuria, I think, which you get in the first chapter anyway. There may have been more. I could be wrong in that. Like I said, there may have been more. I don't know. I'm not really remembering that off the top of my head right now. Because the actual guide I was looking at, he was just sitting there, like, you know, just so you know, this will be a completely soul-crushing experience. There will be a lot of grinding. You know you're in for a good time when that's just the disclaimer that's thrown on the very front. But no, so you need to have gone through Palace of the Dead, you need to have gone forward and triggered the end of the game using that particular setup. So, kind of the goal here is do this Golem thing now. Finish off what I'm doing. Let's see. If I'm remembering this right. Yeah, finish up all this, collecting all the book stuff, just in case anything bizarrely gets locked off or whatever else. I don't think it does anymore. I think I did all the stuff that could potentially get locked off. But either way, do all the books. Then go back and, wait, what? Oh, I'm an idiot, sorry. But yeah, so go back, get the crossbow book, as well as the 2 remaining wind items from POTD, because I forgot to do that the first time. For whatever reason, you need 4 of those things when you go back down a second time. No idea why. For whatever reason, you need these stupid things. So you get those 4 items, you go down to your thingy. Apparently, if you already beat it once, there's just a random Lich guy there at the very end. But if you collected those 4, there's a named Lich guy at the very end. Cool. But, yeah, so get those 4 random drops. The 4th one is in San Bronza. So get the crossbow book, get more racks, because apparently need more dayless racks. I still don't know if the forks are used up once they're used for a boss fight. From what I've seen, since it doesn't seem mentioned in a lot of places, from what I've seen, you only need 1. I hope you only need 1. I could be wrong. It seemed like one of the things was implying that each one had to be tuned to a specific, you know, one of these 12 guys. Not a friggin' clue. Well, we'll see how that goes. And, yeah, so, need those. I was gonna go back and do the Orichalcum stuff, but seems like there's a much better way of doing that now. So I'll just go and rob one of the Baldur golems whenever I see it. And what else? There was something else that I'm forgetting. Whatever, I'll remember it when I go down there. So yeah, do all that stuff. Then basically complete the end of the game. So I'm gonna come back for video parts for that. Go through all the Hanging Gardens and everything else, which I understand there's a shortcut through the Hanging Gardens now. Now that everything's done. Somebody needs healing, don't they? This guy needs healing, yeah. Sorry, a little bit brain dead at the moment, apparently. Yeah, go through Hanging Gardens, beat Hanging Gardens, then go back, which apparently unlocks Coda 1, but then as long as Nibith was dead in that route, you are able to use the guides to go back and go wherever you need to go in Palace of the Dead, so you can basically skip the first 75 floors. Which, I have to say, if there's any way to change that so that you can always do that, it seems a tad dickish to make somebody go through all the effort to pick up those books and then say, hey, you can't use him now because reasons. He's not dead enough in this route. You know, screw you for going back and getting that extra character. Which, let's be honest, most of the time will be Ocean. Ooh, now that she's actually getting a unique class, I guess I'll actually have to go back for her. But I think I might just either use my other file for that, or just do that, like, post-game or something. Because at this point, I'm not doing Palace of the Dead 3 more times for the sake of doing this ending. Because yeah, one time for wind items, one time for completion, and then one time for going back for Warren. Alrighty. Yeah, so I already turned a guy into a zombie. So we're gonna be using him basically to test out the whole Angel Knight thing once we get to that point. So hopefully pick up one of them. You know, we'll see how it all goes. Burn those bridges as we get to them, pretty much. Alright, let's see how much dagger damage this guy does. Pretty much the same as the bow. And yeah, I think Canopus is the only one extremely benefiting from these chokers. And then again, it could just be a level thing. So, I'll test out more with that between parts. I just want to get this dang fork. Join us. Good choice. Now we leave. Man, that was a long-winded way to pick up a dude. Yeah, usually I let them drop in level. Usually I just actually let them die, so I'm not wasting experience on them. Oh, wait, no. Never mind. Alright, turning into Baldur. Try throw it all over the place. Alright, now we sell you. Because we need to get your heart or whatever. I kind of think that, am I going to use the griffins anymore? Whatever, Rockman. I need my shiny rocks. Yay, shiny rocks! That's so satisfying now. Nice to get those. Also, I believe I needed another one of these for something. Was there a craftable that needed that? What's a Sigmund Storm? Yeah, not gonna use that. Not gonna use that yet. Also, I know I mentioned it earlier, in a different sense, and I know this is probably super unlikely. Like I mentioned, that Void Ring looks exactly like a dang RuneScape reference. The Rune Two-Handers, at least in like the ye olden days, looked exactly like this thing. I know that it's probably not it, and it's more along the lines of it's got friggin' runes on it. Also, water, Jesus. There we go. I'm alive again. But I like to think that that's what that is. Also, Cudgel and Whip. Oh yeah, there's the Kvatanga thingy. And the Avernalis. Wow, that is expensive. I don't even know where to get... I think I sell these griffins. One of them might... You know what? Abda, I sold you last time. I think I'm gonna sell you again. Bye. Yeah, you are. Oh, that's a shame. Alright, now what do we get for that? No, you drop feathers. Okay. So... Hang on, what is it that drops them? Is it, petrification ones? Bring in Petro chickens? Oh, that might be an idea. I'm gonna go probably pick up and sell... Actually, you know what? For next part, I'm gonna go pick up a bunch of different beast units and whatever. Just sell them and see what we get out of them. Seems like a good little pinata kind of thing to set up. And I guess on the very last thing, let's just make that staff. Which is simple to do now, because this is all intuitive and works. Nope. And it's reasonable for pumpkins to be everywhere now. Look at it. Who uses a staff? I think you use a staff, but you use a bad staff. So wait, these are for 30s anyway, aren't they? Yeah, they're for 30. Never mind. Oh well. You can't have it yet. That's a shame. You will eventually. I think I might actually grind everybody up to about 30. Actually, I meant to give you a might ring anyway. You're supposed to be friggin' Thug Wizard. And then this guy was supposed to have this thing. Where is it? There we are. Sounds about right. Oh, that was awesome. Thank you, Rakes, for doing that whole Oh, wait. Orichalcum, right. I was making a fork. But thank you for making this change. It is deeply appreciated. Time to make some forky goodness. Alright, what the fork are you? All that effort to make a dang tuning fork. Just go to the store and buy one. Right. Where do you show up, first of all? We got crafting items. Now, as I understand, you just kind of show up to their respective arenas and fight them. I've seen them showing up here and there. I really don't know how anyone was supposed to kind of intuit that you needed to do this kind of stuff. But one of the many MMO-isms that they chucked into the original version of this. Excuse me? You're telling me that somebody would go through all that effort to put this together and use it as a healing item? Uh-huh. Yeah, another stupid thing here? Right here. Somebody would go through all the effort to collect the items to make these friggin' things, and then use them as a friggin' shift stone, which they probably have plenty of at that point. Yeah, I don't think anyone's gonna be doing that. Well, anyway, that's a holdover from the original, though. So, been fun. Looking forward to finish off the grindy part of this and get into Coda stuff. And that's kind of why I haven't been doing it on camera as much and just kind of skipping around, because I just want to, you know, get it out there. Just kind of update as this goes along with new discoveries. And, yeah, see you next time then.